super drunk people or anything like that. People generally in this area can handle themselves pretty well.
Yeah.
Except at 3 a.m. in Tap House.
Just go ahead and
Are y'all on the clock?
Yeah, we're on the clock.
Okay, I'll let you do your thing.
We can go ahead and
Were
start.
you a Saints fan?
Yeah, I'm a Saints fan. We ready?
I'm weak.
So I wanted to give you a button on that, but it's all good. Pause.
I missed the part where that's my problem. Yeah.
I missed the part where that's
Okay,
my
hold.
problem.
The pick is in.
I missed
I'll
the
let you,
part.
I'll let you do your thing. Yeah, we'll get this live.
Let's see if New Orleans is gonna upset me or not
There we go. Let me
by
see.
picking an offensive lineman or a D tackle.
What, for like the 5th year in a row?
Yes, we don't need it. We just don't need it.
A strong line builds a strong team. Yeah.
Hey, you got another pick for our trade for your coach. Ain't gonna lie.
We need to get rid of Dennis Allen. If we get rid of Dennis Allen, we will be okay.
Who is y'all's quarterback?
Carr.
He ain't bad. He ain't good, but he ain't bad.
It can get worse. All right, yeah, for sure.
I'll trade you Russell Wilson for Derek Carr any day of the week.
I'll take it.
No, you won't.
I will take it.
Especially if y'all have been drafting 6'7" linemen for 3 or 4
Derek
years.
Carr-
That man can't even see over the goddamn line.
Derek Carr doesn't know how to throw
floaters.
downfield. I'm tired of him throwing 5 and 6 yard passes or 3 to 5 yard passes.
Yeah, meanwhile, he can actually throw like 80 yards if he just stands there and guns it. He's like me with 50 extra pounds on him. He's literally like 6'6", 6'7".
What's up, bro? What's up?
Yeah,
What's up, big dog? Right? I'm dead.
Just announce the pick.
Of course, they're gonna take all day. Yeah,
You know, this is the craziest draft that I've ever been at. Yeah.
honestly, it might be. This is a weird fucking draft. X-Files.
Well, yep. Let me take this off because
Oh yeah, everything.
I was gonna be like, hold the mic to, but then I was like, that might not. Yeah.
Copyright strike.
Right. Yeah.
ESPN will sue us. Or actually, it's owned by Disney now.
And it wouldn't be ESPN. It'd be the NFL. They're much scarier. I got a cease and desist from them one time when I used Super Bowl on a goddamn promo.
Yeah, the NFL does not.
Why, it's called the big game.
Right. Yeah.
I think now you can use Super Bowl. After like 3 years ago, you can now use Super Bowl everywhere.
Super.
Is there any way that you could kind of like make it so that you could I don't know, like a space or without a space or like a.
Yeah, you can do it.
Here we go.
Oh, okay.
Golden Saints select
Although the lawyer.
Olaise Fuaga. Tackle.
Tackle. There you go. Yeah, Nick. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the 804 podcast. I'm Nick.
Jesse.
Alex.
And who do we have with us today?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm Brett Francis. Been managing a couple bars in the area and kind of grew up in Richmond my whole life.
Yep.
Hey.
For sure.
Our guy Brett.
Yes, sir. All right, well, Brett, since you know Alex, I guess, pretty, you see him damn near every day, I guess, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, I see him more than I do, actually. It's kind of crazy, yeah. So I would say then, I guess you could be the judge of his, his math skills, man.
Okay.
Because apparently every day, every week, every episode, man, he has a problem counting these episode numbers.
He gets
man.
tough sometimes.
Every week. So real quick,
Okay.
Alex, what is the episode count today, man? What are we doing?
Well,
buddy?
first I looked to my brother Nick.
Selected an offensive tackle again.
my brother's in the gulag.
Right.
He's in the shadow realm. Right. You might have to handle this by yourself. I got you. Right. The gulag.
Right in the gulag. Yeah. I looked to my brother Jesse. Yeah.
But I don't know.
I'm gonna have to say that we are on episode 246.
246.
That is correct.
Your
Right.
boy. Nick.
We had 365 days to get it right.
Alagaba Akpuka. Right. Offensive lineman. Nick, they picked the dude off. You watch Key and Peele? Remember when they had to pick? Inca Binka. So-and-so University.
Yeah. I guess university.
Yo, it was one of those like construction noises. Indiana University.
And, the dolphin noise.
Yeah. Squeaks.
From Purdue.
Nick, y'all be alright.
Ole Miss.
Y'all, right, and it'll always be an official ass university. Like, chill out, bro. Nick, y'all be good, man. Y'all will be alright. So real quick, since you got that, and how about this? I'm cracking jokes, but I am in no other position. Honestly, all of us, except for Alex whack ass, got something to look for. Doesn't have anything to look forward to this year. What you predicting, man? Since you just, you got your first round pick, y'all good to go, Nick. What are you predicting, man, this year? New Orleans Saints.
7-10.
Super early prediction.
7-10.
That's a wild card spot in your division.
Well, let me make it better. 6-11.
Nick. That wasn't better at all. But I'm gonna leave.
That's a 6th-round pick in your division.
6-11. 6-11. Dennis Allen will be fired. Derek Carr will. And it's sad to say, but at some point, Alvin Kamara is going to request a trade. That's how I see our season look. Disappointing.
Honestly, same here as a Giants fan. But I don't know what football is. So, real quick, Brett, we do have after the episode count, we do have a quote of the day, quote of the week, and this quote can be a Bible verse, song lyric, IG caption, tattoo, just anything that means something to you. Could be a motto, a saying. Doesn't have to be super smart or anything like that, but just anything you live life by.
Gotcha.
Give us something like that.
Is that now or at the end?
Yes, sir. Right now.
Oh, right now?
Start us off.
I mean, I'm going to show my little bit of
Talk to us.
nerdiness. Favorite anime and manga that's come out in the last, 10 years is Vinland Saga. My boy Thorfinn hits us with the "I have no enemies" quote. I was talking to Alex about this earlier. In my mind, nothing is ever that deep, and I have no enemies in this life.
Okay. You did kind of explain that, but I usually like to ask a little question after. So I'd say, when did you adopt that mindset?
Probably middle of the way through last year.
Okay.
So, as a bigger dude my whole life and stuff, I've always been told I had to keep my anger in check and stuff like that. Anytime you flare up or anything, kind of people get tense around you and everything, just being the larger guy. But having the mentality you have no enemies kind of makes it so you don't lose that cool, even remotely, or even exasperate it in any way, shape, or form. Kind of just, hey man, stuff happens. I know it wasn't personal or anything like that. We can keep moving on.
Sure.
Respect.
What do you? I guess because I ain't that tall or not that big, but I never even thought about that, like the bigger stature thing. I guess it looks a certain way.
Sure,
like
yeah.
I guess that
is, and it just so happened because of sports and everything. A lot of my friends are about my size, about 50, 60 pounds heavier, so they kind of get it a little bit more than I do. And but it really just comes down to, and this is why you see a lot of the big guys who are people who are calling teddy bears or whatever. They're not teddy bears. Their parents had to train that kid to hey, you can't rough around with other kids like you could, like they're roughing around. You can't use your full strength to do anything.
Yeah, it's like,
Johnny,
You get yelled at for walking too loud in the room, in the house, and shaking the house and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like those little things. Like you just got to be more
that's
aware of your presence more so than anyone else's, because you're the one who can accidentally hit someone or knock someone down or something like that just by moving around.
that's tough.
That's a good point, though. Yeah.
Yeah. So be aware of those teddy bears that are big. They're not teddy bears. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. Or else you'll end up, on the other side. Yeah.
For sure. I guess I go ahead and start before we get into questions and everything. I guess real quick, tell the people a little bit more about you. I know we had an intro in the beginning, so I guess pretty much is what you do in a nutshell.
Yeah, so the funny answer is I run businesses for people. The more serious answer is I like just kind of organizing and making sure things run in a system. And managing restaurants and stuff like that, you kind of get free will to set up the system however you want. And that allows me to just kind of express different different things I have ideas for. Some of them fail, like different ideas for promos or different ways of doing things and stuff. But then if you have one stick and that winds up making efficiency that much better, that makes me happy. And so yeah, I do. Professionally, I manage bars and restaurants and stuff like that. And personally, I take that as a goal to just make everything run smoother so I don't have to be here nearly as much.
Respect for that.
I'll let anybody take the first question.
I got one for you. So, you are the general manager of Stumpy's Hatchet House, Stony Point Fashion Park. Yeah, I know we were dropping. Yeah. You guys may recognize this location from some other videos.
Ambiance,
Right.
Right.
How did you come about doing that? Yeah.
So I started working in the industry in college. I was just bar backing and serving. Bar back, you're basically the bitch of the whole situation. You kind of just carry around kegs and different beers and stuff like that to different bartenders when they need it, making sure everything's stocked so everyone can have their sex on the beaches or anything like that. But after I did that for a couple months, I wound up serving, and then I served and wound up having some of the higher sales, and then they offered me a management position at a different location. Wound up managing there for a couple years. The brewery didn't work out. Shout out Shiplock, if y'all remember the old Seven Hills location. That's where my brewery was. We did a little bit of after night stuff there every once in a while. It was a good time. That's where I really cut my teeth, and I was like, this all started when I was 21, and then by this time I'm 22. So this is all within a year. I go from like bottom of the leaderboard to managing the whole location. Place didn't work out, kind of location-wise and stuff. And for anything but a nightclub downtown, it's kind of hard to make it work. So we did the nightclub stuff, made our money, and then we moved it to a different location, and I got brought into one of the larger bars in the area and stuff like that. Well, in case questions come up about anything that went down there, we'll refrain from names on that one. Just know if you go to VCU, you've been to this bar.
Yeah.
And I ran that through COVID and another year after that, and then I kind of got disillusioned with managing and stuff, and it wasn't anything that happened or anything. It was just, you're 24 at that time, you go through almost your early midlife crisis and you're trying to figure things out. And after that, I went to did sales. I just sold Verizon Internet, and I was really good at that and made a shit ton of money doing that. And realized I hate talking to people for sales more than I hate talking to people for customer service. So I went back to bartending. And anyone out there, if you're ever looking for a job, just learn how to bartend. You'll make your living and then some every year over and over. And just learn how to count your taxes and you're fine. Some of them wind up owing like 10 G's a year, stuff like that. So you just got to figure that out. But I bartended for a little bit again, and this was over at P.F. Chang's in this area.
Oh, nice.
And one of my regulars was the owner of this location, and he kept coming in and kept offering me a job. And eventually I was just like, you know what? I like having Fridays and Saturday nights off, so I will take the job. And I came over here 2 years ago now, actually 2 years ago in February. And just running it kind of how I see we need to run it, making sure everyone's nice, calm, having a good time, making sure the staff doesn't feel stressed or anything like that. That's my big point. If your staff's happy, you're going to be happy. People request days off, you give them their days off. If you can't schedule for that, I mean, you're kind of failing as a manager in that point. You got to be able to let people have their lives outside of work. So for
it is.
So for the last 2 years I've been here. We drink beer, throw hatchets every day. It's a good time. No injuries, knock on wood. So I just kind of do that, and I like to view it as just a stepping stone into something in the future.
What's the craziest story you've seen so far here at Stumpy's?
At Stumpy's, on a random Wednesday night, and I was working here alone. I had a whole bachelorette party of girls show up randomly at 9 o'clock, and we close at 10. And they just wanted to throw and drink, and I let them throw and drink, and it wound up being them dancing all over the location and on the bars and stuff like that, and reached a point where it was too much almost for me to handle. And thank God they had a mom figure there or something like that kind of ushered them out eventually. But having 6 or 7 different girls dance on the bar in the middle of Stony Point on a random Wednesday night is a very weird interaction to have happen here. I wasn't that mad about it, but it was definitely an interesting interaction.
I'd say you mentioned your bartending experience. What makes for a good bartender?
Good question.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to look right in the camera for this
Talk to
one.
him.
because
Talk to him. Yeah.
People do this wrong all the time. A good bartender is the one that knows when to leave the customers the hell alone. Do not bother the customer. They want a drink, they want their food, and if they want to talk to you, they'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Male or female bartender?
Female, go and get your money.
Said enough. Right,
First round draft pick.
Go ahead and get your money.
Son, right, yeah, okay.
Guys,
yeah,
learn when to walk away from the conversation.
Okay. I guess, yeah, honestly, to be honest, yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else, but nah.
But I will, any girls thinking about bartending or any girls that are bartending or whatever too, I do recommend this. This is a serious part of it. Talk to your manager about when you have your regular move from a regular to a stalker, because it happens all the time. A regular goes from, I'm showing up on this day and this person happens to be here, to I'm showing up on this day because this person is here. And that's, sometimes you got to kick people out of the bar, even though they're good paying customers and they haven't necessarily done anything wrong. But if you're a female bartender, just be confident enough to talk to your managers about that stuff. And if the manager isn't willing to remove someone making you feel uncomfortable, that's an issue right there.
Facts.
Yeah. That I was gonna say that kind of from what you just described and what you're talking about before, kind of leads to like a good manager. You know, one could say that's a part of being a good manager. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you got to be able to stand up for your staff and stuff like that. That's especially Richmond isn't a bad city or anything whatsoever, and so maybe 3 times a year you're going to run into issues, and so you have to be prepared for those 3 times a year. You're not getting practice every day of the week dealing with super drunk people or anything like that. People generally in this area can handle themselves pretty well.
Yeah.
Except at 3 a.m. in Tap House.
Tell us, have you ever worked there, or you just?
Can neither confirm or deny that one.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
We'll cut to this quick commercial.
That was my old stomping ground. I used to live downtown too, so I lived.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Downtown was a fun place during COVID, we'll say.
I'd say, what do you think has changed? And that's funny. That was one of my questions coming in here for you too. What do you think has changed, like from COVID, as far as the nightlife scene in Richmond?
It is strange, but people show up way later. So nightlife used to be, you would be able to count it from basically 10. You'd have some of the late 20s, early 30 people showing up at around 10. Everyone else showing up around 11 or 12. Now depending on what bar you're going to and stuff, you might not see a group there until 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. Now in my mind, we're in a state, you can't sell booze after 2 o'clock. Technically 1:45 if they close at 2. You can't sell alcohol after that. And I don't know about y'all, but when I was in college, we didn't wait until there was only 2 hours left to go out and have fun.
Right.
It was more so it seems like it might be a generational thing too, because just the younger kids or whatever, they might have different hobbies or different things they want to go do, or they're doing something else, maybe coming and throwing hatchets in between that time. But it seems like people aren't necessarily going out as early as they used to. You could go down to Scott's Addition now, 6 p.m. on a Saturday, and some of the breweries are empty. You do that before COVID, you can't get a spot in Scott's Addition, period.
That's a good point. Maybe the socialness of everybody. I can't think of the word.
I think it wound up being a little, not in a bad way either, but a little bit more cliquey. People got a lot closer to their friends groups, and when you're closer with your friend group, you don't necessarily need to go out and
That's a
do
good
everything
point.
as much.
Because then it's everybody's,
Thanks. I'd say kind of another question on the nightlife. You said kind of how certain bars, or how certain bars are successful, certain bars aren't. How does that work? I guess, or what makes? Damn, trying to get my question together.
What makes
Probably a 2-part. What makes one successful and what makes one not?
so
Then I have another question after this.
it's hard to do something wrong enough that is the reason why it's not successful. A lot of it is just not doing enough of it right. A lot of places will try to overextend and try to be like this nightlife thing, whether big or small, just comparatively to their size though. They'll try to do a little bit bigger than they can accomplish. accommodate, and that is where a lot of people falter, especially in their first few, or like their first year being open. You'll have, let's say, a place that has a capacity of like 120 people, and they want to hit that 120 people on Friday and Saturday nights, but they generally average around 40 or 50 people. Bring in a DJ, try to do all this stuff, they get their 120 people in.
Right.
If their staff can't serve that well enough, their security isn't good enough for that one day or anything like that, that one bad day, just because you tried to up the sales and try to make it that thing, can wind up ruining all the good work you tried to do for all of it. Just because if I can't get in the bar, why am I going to come back to that bar?
That's a good point.
If I have an issue with a security guard, why am I coming back to that bar or anything like that? Like if I can't get a drink and I'm going to the bar to drink, if it's a place like for music, if you want people to dance and stuff, you got to be able to manage that, like space. Yeah, you got to manage the space, but more so the capacity, because you can't have. If you want people to dance, you can't be at full capacity, because then there's no room to dance or anything like that.
Man, we know a lot of clubs like that. Right. Come on, y'all, why ain't y'all dancing? Because I can't even get to the.
I can't breathe.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
how can I?
Can't
Also,
breathe.
good AC. I don't know what is Richmond's issue with AC, but good AC. Like, come on, we're in 2024. We can
Please.
spend the money on it instead of having to worry about someone falling out in the middle of the floor or having like they all have. Now you'll see like the dish or the craft filled with water, and you kind of serve your own water and stuff. Fantastic for people that are drunk or whatever. That wasn't why I was there. That was because it was the heat and heat issue. And if you have to put that out for a heat issue, I mean, we're doing something wrong altogether then.
Jeez, boy.
Got a big block of ice. Got to chip that away. Yeah, it's like, come on, y'all.
But it's still lit though. Right.
Dude, yeah.
No, stay right there, babe. Right, yeah. Let me just, yeah. I'm out. Right,
Yeah.
I'm not, right.
Like,
This ice here real quick.
having the spot to hang out, that's a huge thing. And if you notice any of the, so I don't know if y'all remember this or not, like Hat Factory was one of the last big clubs that was in.
My sister, I remember, she's like 5 years older, so like that was something that she talked about a lot.
Yeah. So Hat Factory
Where was that at? Sorry.
that was downtown. It's where the CarMax headquarters is now, across from the Vistas. Really nice, like 3-story building.
Right.
They would do all kinds of concerts there. They had War, they had a bunch of other bands, and I'm blanking on them right now. Basically, anyone that came from Virginia that was in that middle point or whatever, they had them there performing. They did a great job there. And those owners, they shut that place down because they saw how Virginia was moving forward. Or Richmond itself, for like clubs and stuff like that. And clubs, people think they want a club out in, especially in Richmond, but they don't. Like, they don't want a true club or anything like that. They want that place they can hang out, maybe dance and stuff like that if they go inside and stuff. But everything else, they want to just have a spot where they can sit or at least hear their friends talk. Sticky Rice, for example, they don't do, Sticky Rice is always packed for karaoke night, all that stuff. But they don't do they just don't do anything extra. They just do what they do. And you get your table, you can talk to your friends and everything like that.
I honestly, there's a lot of places like that. It's kind of like it's not a club, it's not a late night spot, but we just stay open late. We do what we do. If y'all come in with your clique or whatever, and y'all make it jumping for a night or whatever, cool. But it's not like it's a lot of spots
they're not bending
like that.
over backwards.
Right. Exactly. We're not gonna sit here and make a flyer and be like, 10 till. No. We're just gonna run our regular hours.
Right.
But depending on the vibe, I hate to use that word, but that's what attracts people.
People in Richmond, customers in Richmond and stuff, they understand
Right.
groups that are trying too hard for it and stuff like that. And they might come out to 1 or 2 events or anything like that, but you ever walked into an event and you got that feeling they're trying really hard and everything, and that isn't how they're normally acting and stuff
Hey
like
man,
that.
come on, it's like
it's like,
Welcome to the tip then.
I would much prefer to go to the bar where the bartender just rolls their eyes because I ordered a drink that had like 5 different ingredients in it, and I'm like, I respect that. I still want my drink.
I
still want my drink.
Thank you. Make the
I
fucking drink.
I respect that highly. Own your stuff. Like, roll your eyes. Yeah.
Make the fucking drink. Bottles are right there. Okay, no. Get off. You too tall. Don't make my damn drink. Don't try to tell me. Right.
My height helped me a lot when I would work nights at the club. Because I could just kind of see everything in the target or whatever. But when I would drink at the club, it was the worst thing ever. Because you hold a drink like right here, right? Now, my elbow is head height for half the people there, so I would turn,
already
not
know.
only elbow someone,
Right.
but have my drink spill all
Yeah,
over them
spill
too.
Way
So,
to go,
Yeah.
Trey. Now, I will say this. For the short people out there, I'd say the difference is elbow height.
oh yeah, no.
So, like we said, that tight club.
I am so sorry for everyone that is elbow height.
Yeah, it's one to the drink, I guess, and then short people, you're trying to get somebody. Yep, elbow height. Yeah, you're hitting. Yeah, that's tough. So.
Apologies to all the short king
Honestly,
and queens out there.
Yeah, honestly, just don't walk in the club with a drink. Yeah, just.
Or you could do me. I do hands to God. Just hold the drink up here and just walk.
Right. And showing everybody that I have a
Like
drink.
I am trying.
Right, yeah.
If you hit me at this point, that's showing you.
Right. I have a beverage.
Right, yeah.
Shit. Right. I don't know if y'all have one.
I got one question.
Yeah.
You ever seen what's the craziest like bar fight that you've seen, or have you?
Oh, yo.
So I've had to go to court for a few of these, but the craziest one was,
Yeah, and we're not going to name groups in this one.
No, you're good. You're
so
good.
there was a. This is when I wasn't managing yet, but my buddy was managing the location at the time, and I was still bar backing and everything, and that kind of makes you pseudo security if security is having their hands full and stuff, but not really. But in certain situations, security isn't going to touch the person because that person knows people or something like that, so you have to be the person that doesn't. And there was one situation where I don't know what got, these guys were super cool and friendly at the beginning of the night and everything, and they got hammered. And it's like 1:45, 2 o'clock, so we're kind of moving everyone out front. And these guys don't have to leave either, but for some reason they go out front and they're talking to some people. And a certain motorcycle club is what we'll call them, just happened to be going down the road and parked at, or didn't park, even, we were just stopping at the stoplight in front of this location. And I don't know what possessed this man to kick one of their bikes. There was about 4 of them in that line, and it was two brothers, and one of them kicked the bike, and this probably about 6'2", 250 guy just got off the bike and cold clocked him.
You know you done fucked up.
Didn't knock him out, but staggered him. And that caused his brother to run down and try to fight this one guy. Now, I don't know why these guys couldn't counter or anything, but there was 4 other of them, and it just wound up being a brawl. And what made this special was there was a car behind the motorcyclers, and that car was not a part of that motorcycle group or whatever whatsoever. These guys just jumped out and started jumping the guys with them. And this man got fucking destroyed. A gun did get pulled, but it wasn't fired or anything, thank God. That was when a bunch of us kind of ran and were just like hands up and everything. Like, all right, no. We've got 300 people on one small sidewalk. We can't have all of this. And it wound up. One of the brothers had to get constructive jaw surgery and had like a little bit of brain damage and stuff, but that's not here nor there. And court happens. I pulled the cam footage and everything. We had to do all that, and I show up to court. Motherfucker, one of the brothers was threatening one of the other guys, like, after all of this happened. Yeah. And then they didn't show up to court. So it's me and then this motorcycle group, because I'm just a witness of it all, in court alone. And I'm just like, I hate this place so much at this point in time. I was just like, I'm not getting paid enough for this. None of this matters. I am so pissed. But I wound up working out fine or whatever. The guys were cool and everything. No hard feelings towards me because I didn't do anything like that. But that was one of the more tense ones. Mm-hmm. But then there was one. Now I did not know this happened, but we had it on camera. So there was a drive-by that happened at the same location, not for the location, but a person was walking by and that's who they were trying to get. And I had, on the camera, as you can see, I had just turned off the main lights and I was walking by the front door and just going down a hallway. Bullet flies right through the front door into our front bar.
Wow.
Found it the next day, looked at the cameras, and I was like, damn. Well, they weren't aiming for me. So
Yeah. Thank God.
it was just a happenstance thing, the guy walking down or whatever. Wow. But, like, the bottom, after 4, don't be in the bottom.
Duly noted.
Yeah.
Unless
You want to be in the bottom. Yeah.
And like, I never had any issues downtown or anything. I would walk home with like $800 in cash in my pocket and stuff like that. late at night or anything. But like any of the regulars down there, you'll never have any issues with. It's the people that are out of town or just down there looking for shit to do, and that's who you'll have problems with. So as long as you keep a head on a swivel or whatever downtown, you're fine, especially late at night.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'll say this. What's one of the better spots in Richmond to go to?
All right, what you looking for though? Give me a little bit of.
I'll say
What we doing?
like lounge type area.
Okay,
Not
lounge
like
type area.
boom, boom, club type. Like just lounge type spot.
Boom, boom, boom. It's like, there you go.
All right, so lounge spot. I don't even remember this name. I actually just went to it recently for I think it's called Two Spoons or something. It's like downtown. They do like karaoke.
I might have seen this spot, actually.
They're all right. The karaoke's all right or whatever, but it's like it's almost hipstery a little bit, it kind of feels, but it's not so much in your face, just kind of like a little rundown Richmond-y kind of bar or whatever. It is really nice. It was like, it's very chill, lights are dim and everything. Music's pretty good in between the horrible people singing. I think it was called Two Spoons or something like that. It was really good. If you're like comfortable just being in like almost a restaurant area or whatever, and you want to chill, like lights are going to be a little bit brighter and everything like that. I recommend Wood Iron. They got a hell of a late happy hour
think we
deal
went there.
and stuff like that, and you can get your dollar's worth there, and you can eat food and everything like that. And they're open late. They're like open until 1, I think, something like that. And for a place that does like full service and stuff, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
If you're looking to get rowdy, I mean, you just kind of have to follow the college kids. Because it's not the fact that you're going there because of the college kids. It's just the fact that is where they're going.
I got one more.
Yeah.
I got a question because I've heard this before. Me and my friends have talked about this. Do you hate people that can actually do karaoke?
No.
Really?
No. Because the worst case scenario is you don't even notice they're actually doing karaoke. If they're like walking around with a mic and like putting it in your face, have you sing a line or something like that, that's OD or whatever. But if it's just them singing, fine. Yeah, you enjoy the people that do bad more, but like it's almost a net neutral if they're good at singing. You just don't even notice them or anything, unless they do like a Disney song or whatever, and then everyone gets into it. But like I was a huge hater of karaoke until like 3 weeks ago. I recommend it highly. That shit's fun.
Karaoke is the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been to us, man.
Yeah, I've never
Gotta
like,
tap
yeah,
in.
not like karaoke.
Guess we gotta go.
Yeah.
And nigga, I ain't
Oh,
did
no, there's a
karaoke
bunch
since
of
elementary
places.
school, right?
There's a bunch of places that do it. It's normally a fat white dude with a beard. You walk up to him, write a slip with your song, and he calls your name, and then you just go up there and sing.
The park, they've got that little like makeshift
Oh,
joint.
yeah.
But you know,
I
it's-
want to go in front of people. Yeah. Many men, many men, take a step on me. All right, that's enough. That's not.
I think it's about
Brett,
145.
Brett, come here. All right. Hey, let me get out of frame. All right, that's enough. Right.
Well, going back to one of your questions, though, like the park's a perfect example. The park, when it first opened, packed constantly, right? They got all that space now, and you drive by there anytime during the week or anything like that. That's a lot of wasted space and everything. Now, they have their margins and everything. I've seen some of their numbers and stuff. They're good. They're fine. At least right now, they're fine and everything like that. But, like, that's a big space, and that's a lot of money that you have to fill up.
Yeah.
And, like, it does not take a lot of people coming into your store for you to make money every day. So you just kind of have to find that little happy balance with it.
That's a good advice.
Question for you now. Like you kind of mentioned like numbers and margins and things like that. When did you start getting into like looking at like I'll just say like bookkeeping in the like nightlife scene, I should say?
So I went to college for environmental science, and I don't refuse to use my degree. It just I don't use my degrees. But environmental science, your main math is statistics and statistics inference. So I did a lot of that in college, and that winds up being a very easy thing to apply to any business metric or whatever.
Right.
Everyone with a business degree that's their highest level of math. So if you have any science degree, you've done like 3 times that level of math. So you can just kind of, you can legitimately figure it out really easily, really fast. Yeah. And you wind up looking real good in front of people, being like, oh, the Bud Light isn't selling as well on this day of the week compared to the others. And they're just like, how do you know that? Well, I ran the numbers. Really, I plugged it into a computer program, and I know how to read what the program spits out. I just learned what that meant. That's all that means. That's all. I did have a stats teacher tell me once, though. There are 3 lies in the world. Lies, damn lies, and statistics. So you got to be careful with statistics, but if you know how to do it, you can manipulate the numbers to make it show whatever you want. And it will be honest and true, but it will show whatever you want it to be.
I have heard that.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay.
I'll say this. A lot of people are moving to Richmond.
Yeah.
A lot of people are moving to Richmond.
And a lot more people are moving back, too, which is the interesting thing. Because that, from when I was born in Colorado, my mom moved me here when I was 5. So I would do split time here and there. So I'd get a nice little differential view. I'd come back after a few months, see what's changed
West Coast,
and
East
whatnot.
Coast.
Yeah. Well, Midwest. No, I can't take West Coast claim.
I understand.
Midwest, a little bit more boring. But yeah, you would see this change. And one thing I noticed all through my life is a lot of New Yorkers move down here. A lot of New Yorkers, they send their kids to like U of R and something like that because they went to U of R. Or like Hampton, Sydney. There's a lot of northern people that use Virginia or Richmond area itself as the place where they want to come and like kind of figure themselves out or like settle down. I've noticed a lot more people in the last like 2 or 3 years who were Richmond people, not New York or anything like that, who moved away, who are coming back now. And I don't really know why, because nothing's really changed in this city, but it's interesting to say the least. Now, I know why the entertainment industry or whatever's moving back here and stuff with what they're trying to do with Virginia Beach and trying to make Richmond more of a film-centric area. Stuff, I'm all for that. I got a bunch of people, including y'all, but I have a bunch of friends that are PAs and do directing and all that stuff too. So that's fantastic for it. The people that are doing tech and stuff, I don't know why they're moving back here or anything. Maybe they're just working from home.
Would it be like cost of living, maybe? But
cost of living. Well, I do know Meta. One of Meta's headquarters is now here.
Okay.
CarMax's national headquarters is here, and I think Amazon is building that plant up in Fredericksburg as well. So there's like a lot of tech-centric stuff here, but there's not much to do half the time. It seems.
They just built a Amazon plant over there near Azalea.
Yeah. So I don't have an answer to your question on why people are moving back or anything like that, but I've noticed it too. It seems like a bunch of people are trying to make Richmond a better place, or at least trying to make it more entertaining.
Do you think we could be a more entertainment-centric city in the next 10 years?
Yes, and I think what started this actually was the filming of Lincoln back in 2000. Was that 9 or 10, something like that? Or no, that was when I was in high school, so it had been like 12 or 13. But Lincoln was filmed basically all in Virginia, and a lot of it in Richmond or Williamsburg and Jamestown. And that like showed what Virginia can do just on camera and stuff like that. We're the only state, or we're the only place in the world where you have triple crossing. This 3 train tracks crossing over each other and stuff, and that it's a historic thing or whatever. And some people are really into that. And if you have that on film or you frame that classical image of it and stuff, it winds up showing great on it. And like Richmond is like Portland but smaller, so like you can just walk around with the camera and get interesting stuff, and depending on the time of day you're walking around.
That's true.
And like looking for things, and it's a very creative, accepting space, and it also just you go down to Belle Isle and you put that on one of y'all's nice cameras or whatever. Y'all have seen those. It's like you can't compare to how beautiful and picturesque it is. Even with it, kind of looks almost dystopian sometimes with the rundown train cars and everything like that. But you can pay to make something look like that.
Take it for granted, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm talking about myself. Like, you don't even think about it that much, but yeah. Especially people from the city, like you said, New Yorkers and stuff like that, right? They look at this stuff as like, oh, y'all have this type of environment and stuff like that, because it's just
you can walk down the canal. You can, if you want something to look real proper or whatever, you walk into the Jefferson Hotel. Like there's these different little niche parts of Richmond that just wind up looking phenomenal on camera, or like even our skyline with the forget what angle it is from, but you can do it over the canal and everything, and there's a bridge in the background, it just looks amazing.
If you go up there near like Richmond Hill and Libby Hill and stuff, and you can kind of see the city a little bit.
Yeah.
And over there near where the Virginia
I
War
used
Memorial.
to live near Monroe Park or whatever up on that hill. I think that was Monroe Park down in the bottom, and that was when the Dominion building was getting blown up. So I like have video of the perfect skyline in the Dominion building like dropping down into the middle of the city of Richmond, and that's just on my shitty like iPhone 12 at the time or whatever, and like that still looked amazing.
Yeah.
Like this, and the sunsets too. It's just phenomenal.
And even that new VCU Children's Hospital was beautiful.
Yeah, it's insane. So I think entertainment-wise, I think Richmond is the next at Atlanta. And I don't know, maybe Pharrell's our Tyler Perry, who like basically does all of it for this area, because I know he's the one who's been mainly kind of pushing for it and stuff. He does, what is the music festival down in Virginia Beach?
Something in the Water.
Something in the Water, yeah. He's the one who started that.
Supposed to be filming something in Richmond.
They announced they were filming something too. And like he's the one pushing for Richmond to do all the grants and stuff and kind of have, you see the Georgia Peach at the end of a lot of films and everything. He wants that to be like a Virginia flag or whatever they decide to be that, maybe a cardinal or something like that. Like there's powerful people putting in effort for it, which is a good sign. And it doesn't seem like no one's really fighting back against it. So I think we could see in the next 10 years it being a major, at least television, like filming area and stuff like that. I could definitely see production companies and stuff moving here as well.
Yeah. This is true.
Yeah. Well, it seems like a lot of it is focusing on the East Coast too right now. A lot in Florida. Atlanta's technically not on the East Coast, but it really is. And like it seems like a lot's kind of just narrowing down on this coast.
I-95.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Oh, did you have something now?
No.
Kind of our conversation a little bit before. So I guess, do you think is the club kind of, as the old-fashioned way of it saying it, is it dead? I'd say, at least in Richmond.
So like the club with the cover that doesn't open up until 10, it's dead, long dead, and it wasn't even the restaurants or anything that took that away. It was more so we have the National, we have Altria, we have like these live venue places that just draw so much more on those nights, and they do concerts every night. Like it's like music doesn't stop in this city whatsoever. The Camel does concerts every night. There's a bunch of different places that have different artists or even up and coming artists. Like Banditos does random 300 view rappers and stuff like that, and trying to give them like different open mics and everything like that. So like that, the music scene killed the clubs in Richmond, probably for the better, because Richmond is that much better of a music area than a party destination or anything like that. You think about Innsbruck after hours. If any of y'all have been in the West End when they're doing Innsbruck after hours, you can hear it from, I don't know, like 4 miles away, 5 miles away. It's insane. You can hear like the noise, and these are people just going to see a live band. Like not, and half of them aren't even like that well known or anything like that. They probably do eventually become well known, but like it's a lot of fresh musicians and everything, and people. It seems that Richmond has decided they would rather go see that than instead of listening to DJs at a club every night. Now there's spots where DJs kill it, and they do a bunch of good stuff, but it isn't every night. Like how music is. You can go and find a concert right now. Like it's 10 o'clock on a Thursday. We could find a concert right now, and that'd be one of the best musics we've probably heard in the last week or two.
Facts. Looking at the craft of music too a little bit more as well. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, because it's there's like close to like 15 or 20 Billboard Top 100 artists that have come from this area in like the last 20 years. There's a lot of music talent in the area.
Yeah.
There's a lot of artistic talent too. Like that's why I like to compare it to Portland. It's never going to be New York parties, Los Angeles parties, Miami, anything like that, and not even Atlanta. We're not going to ever beat Atlanta at their bars or parties or anything like that. Also, these places are like 4 times, 5 times the size of
Population,
Richmond,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're never going to have that. Embracing the music and then the artistic side, I think, is the best avenue for it all. And I think they're trying to do that too. It seems at least like they are. Like Brown Island is always having concerts in the summer and stuff like that.
Soul Stone is coming back too. So.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, and it's almost a homogenous of different music genres. And like Richmond is kind of finding their own little bit of flavor to it and everything like that. Even that Oliver, whatever, the country guy from South Virginia that got really big middle of last year or whatever. He even has a unique like country sound that you can kind of tell is Richmond.
check that out. Yeah.
He's Oliver Anthony or something like that.
Country
On
name.
the show, Oliver Anthony.
Right, facts, yeah. Pull up a seat.
All right. I guess we can do a Jesse Wonder so we can get up out of here.
What does Jesse want?
So, I guess since we're in a bar setting or a place that sells alcohol, that's kind of been a topic of the day. Is being drunk a good excuse? Hey man, I didn't mean to do that. I was drunk. Hey man, come on, that wasn't me. I was drunk. That was drunk, Jesse. I didn't mean to. When I kissed your girl last night. Oh, that was drunk, Jesse. I
was just drunk.
Right.
So,
It's all down.
Okay.
Oh, that light's probably down. Okay.
I would say no. I would say the only time you can use an excuse of being drunk is if you're saying, I didn't mean how that came out of my mouth. We all lose our filters when we're drunk, a little bit. So that is maybe the only time you can make that excuse. If not, that's just your side let loose. You gotta own that. That is you. You gotta own that.
I think two things show your true side. That's money and alcohol. Money and alcohol show your true side.
Oh yeah.
So,
no, that's true. That's 100% true.
You gotta worry about the light, but
if you kiss somebody else's girl, even though you're drunk, that
but I
might
was drunk, Nick.
I didn't mean to kiss your girl. I was just drunk. Yeah.
alcohol just gave you the confidence.
No, okay, hold on. But if I wasn't drunk, then I wouldn't have kissed your girl.
No. So now I don't like when people say I don't like when people say, oh, you wouldn't have done, or people assume you would have done that even though you're drunk and you wouldn't have done it sober. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I do a bunch of shit I would never do sober, drunk. So I don't think it's a one-to-one to that, but it is, you got to own that no matter what, though. Because that is still you.
Yeah,
that's what I've learned.
You're not going to use it as an excuse, but you can tell yourself, like, I wouldn't have done that sober. I wouldn't have gone home with that girl sober. We've all been there. We have all been there. And no matter how much your friends are like, no, sober thought or drunk words are sober thoughts or whatever. Nah, some of them aren't. Some of them never come up.
Yeah. You don't have to speak of this ever again. Right,
some of them never.
Don't you ever. Yeah.
You more mad at me than you were in the situation. Right. When you were drunk. Okay. I actually agree with you. You're right. There's certain things, that you just really wouldn't do when you're sober, but at the end of the day, you do have to accept.
You can't still did it.
Exactly.
That is a part
exactly.
of you. But you also have to own that.
Right. I've definitely learned that getting older. You can't
just
be like that wasn't like okay, you know what kills it? Like, okay, for everybody else that wasn't drunk, exactly. Here's the video, or we have witness, like your friends or whoever else was there.
Right.
No, I wasn't as drunk as you, and I saw you do X, Y, and Z. Oh, well.
That is tough, though. If you don't remember what you did, that's tough, though.
And it's not like, it's all cool when it's, yeah, man, you remember what you did last night? yeah. And then it's, no, you actually did that last night.
You were wild.
Oh.
You were.
Yeah, like when the conversation changes, it's like, because we were all wild last night. We had a ball. No.
Brother,
Yeah,
you were.
you were wild. Yeah, you don't want to hear those words. Oh, that's the worst. How bad was I? Yeah, that's the next thing. Yeah, how bad was I, y'all?
I prefer the text, are you alive? Before the text, hey, do you remember what you did last night? I want them to check on if I'm alive, not checking if I remember.
Oh my God. I don't want the lecture first. Yeah.
And that's how I know I was okay.
Right. Thanks.
Dang, what's the craziest shit that has happened to me?
Say again?
What's the craziest thing that I truly remember when I was like drunk as fuck?
Shit, I'll tell you mine right now. I jumped off a 2-story building because I saw someone else do it beforehand. I broke my tailbone.
Thank God that was it.
I jumped straight off a building.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'm afraid of heights. That's how I know I would not have done that sober.
I want to say something. So, if you're that far gone, because obviously, you're drunk, you're under the influence of something, a substance. So, the people, obviously, you're responsible for your own actions. But if you're that far gone, the people who you're with, do they kind of hold some kind
It
of...
is up to your relationship to that person. So
Fair
like,
enough.
I was in a fraternity, and this is like how this went down. We were very responsible with everything. We didn't want anyone ever getting hurt, and more so hurt than in trouble. We didn't care necessarily about being in trouble. More so, we wanted to make sure everyone was healthy and everything. It is how you, and it honestly winds up being a downside for people that can quote unquote hold their liquor, or seems like they're not that drunk or anything like that, because I could tell him 5 times in a night, I'm feeling it, man. I'm really buzzed or whatever. I'm a little messed up. But if I'm saying it like that, and I'm just one of those people that, and this is who I am as a person, I have to I will tell people, grab them by the shoulder, hey, I've drank too much or anything, and they're like, oh, you seem sober and stuff like that. Like, nah, it's
that would be called Alexander Alford.
Yeah,
that is what he does. Legit.
No, I'm trying to warn you.
Yeah.
Y'all are thinking I'm trying to overplay
That's
this.
exactly
I've
what he
already gone
does,
past that part.
Because I
This
like
is
to explain what I'm feeling. So yeah.
I think the electrolytes in my system right now are Alex. Okay. All right. Okay. You just got
Go to sleep. Yeah.
All right. But no, but at least you know. At least everybody know. Yeah, you can't. Yeah. Facts. Now when he's passed out in the corner somewhere, you can't be like, what happened to Alex? Nah, he told you. Right.
Yeah,
the electrolytes. Right. Yes.
To put in perspective, I didn't even get cut off when I jumped off the building. Because
Yeah.
they thought I was still sober
Good
enough.
question.
That's the thing. So you have people out there.
There was no-
You have people out there that I'm one of those people. I will just never get cut off because people. I guess my face goes my natural resting face doesn't seem drunk or whatever, and I will be fucking loaded over in the corner, and people are like, no, he's fine. He's fine. I'm just like, someone help me! I swear to God.
Yeah. What I do, so one thing, especially let's say if I'm crossfaded or something like that. So it depends. It depends on what kind of night it is. Sometimes I won't want to make a fool of myself, so I'll play it small. So I won't do anything. No. Hold on. I did say it depends on what type of night it is. And what type of night.
That's a hell of a right.
So sometimes I won't do anything. So I'll just
Nick, stop looking at me.
Nick,
Stop looking at me, Nick. Look at him.
Nick, right here. What is he do? Right here.
But go ahead and explain yourself, and then we'll go ahead. Right.
So there have been a few times where it depends. If we're out, if it's a music thing or something like that, and let's say I'm buzzed or something, I might just be I might just have my eyes closed and I might just be like this, or just be over, just chilling somewhere or something. Because I'm not
grass.
So so let's get to the shits then. Okay. What distinguishes that then when you can't control it, or when you how do we get to the grass sometimes? Allegedly.
Okay. Yeah,
allegedly. Neither here nor there. I learned that from Brad. Neither here nor there, but you might be in the grass. So, yeah.
Okay. So obviously, bold, definitely I'm bold, I can do it,
I'll give Brett a look. So we went to this house party, a friend of ours, whatever. Good environment, everything was all safe, everything cool. So we were drinking Cinco de Mayo, so there it is.
It's almost a year anniversary then.
Yeah.
Shout out my friend who's doing it again this year.
Yeah. So tequila involved. Yeah. So we're drinking whatever. So Alex is like, I'll take a shot. Okay. I'll take another shot. So my question to you is, and that's kind of how he got to whatever. Why did you feel so comfortable in those situations?
Taking shots and stuff like that?
Because like you said, like you just said before. Now I'm using your words. Sometimes you like to chill. So why did that? Why do certain situations? Yeah,
right. Okay, yeah. So I'm way bolder. I feel I can do whatever. Not whatever, but there's obviously a limit. But obviously not anything. But Nick, he might be you're not gonna drink it or something like that.
Does it feel good? And we're joking around. Let's just say you took 5 shots. All right. So let's just say the second one feel good? Because honestly, I think so too. You get that.
Doesn't feel like anything. Yeah. It starts to feel they say goes down like water. Yeah. It's
boy.
That's when you're too far gone.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Or it's fuck it, I can do it. You feel like
adrenaline.
Yeah.
Adrenaline will get you there.
You won't do it.
Adrenaline.
No. The worst one is, let's drink together. Let me buy you a shot. Yeah. That one has ruined more nights for me than anything else. Not me buying my own drinks, just other people wanting to drink with me.
Come on. Yeah, let's.
I just bought a bottle of Cuervo. Take a shot with me. I've got Don Julio. You want a shot? Is this replaying your I got Casamigos too. You want a shot in this? I mean, you've already had 3. You might as well drink another one with me.
Yeah. But see, I do know, like, okay, especially, and the guys will tell you anytime we go out or whatever, I'm famous for being like, bro, I have to work in the morning. Like, what am I going to be okay for work tomorrow? So, like, so I'm known for saying that consistently. So that's one thing. So I do know when to, like, okay, let me chill. But, also, I trust my guys, we'll be fine. If I'm messed up or something like that. But if it's something where it's like I have to be a little bit more formal or like, not like formal, but like maybe not too all over the place, then I'll just kind of like maybe just try to play it small or just, I might be talking to them, but maybe not like strangers or whatever. Yeah.
What's the most inappropriate time you were that hammered?
Inappropriate. Okay. There was one time that I was not all the way there, and it was from an infused drink the next day. And I was like, damn, it's tough to focus.
Those will get you there.
And what, I think I drank like half of a 12 ounce, was it?
If it's one I'm thinking of, it's either 500 or 1,000, which means you're either at 250 or 500. No matter what, that's too much.
I was definitely like, I remember one of the things I said when we were in the car driving home, like, I remember I was like, it was silent, and I was like, my thoughts have thoughts.
My boy, shout out G-Spot Lemonade.
Right, G-Spot Lemonade.
That is hilarious.
My thoughts have thoughts.
He did say that. I do remember
it was
that.
silent.
Actually.
No one was talking.
How do you think we reacted? We were just like,
I have no enemies. My thoughts have thoughts.
facts. Nah,
Actually, Brett,
I think we just like kept driving. I was just like, because I think I take him home.
You were like, damn. I think you
said, like, all right, and that might have been the 5th damn. When you hear somebody telling you a story, damn, that's crazy. Damn, that's crazy. All right, it's the 3rd damn. My thoughts have
I was
thoughts.
just like, how can I express like what I'm feeling? I was like, I see colors right now. I was like, what the fuck?
When do you not see colors?
Damn, Brad.
I wasn't trying to engage with him. I was not. Some people like doing that with him. If we're out with somebody, some people like to fuck with him. I'm not about to do that. It's gonna go on down there. Well, you know what? Like sits up and seat. No. Let's get you home.
Right.
Oh man, but it's okay. So I guess to answer the question, Nick, I'll let you answer the question. Is being drunk an excuse? Because we do gotta get some type of answer. That's what I'm gonna start doing with these Jesse Wonders. We gotta get an answer, and we actually go round table. Yes or no?
I don't think it's an excuse. I mean, if everybody were to use that as an excuse, I mean, niggas wouldn't get held accountable for anything.
True.
Like,
This is fact.
it's some stuff that people need to be held accountable for when they're drunk. So.
Because you got that drunk. You chose to. Allegedly.
And if you get that drunk spending all that money on how expensive drinks are nowadays.
Nick, we wasn't going to go there.
Oh, wait.
I wasn't even going to go there.
Nick
but
said, I spent $18 on this drink. And it's mostly ice.
You better be drunk. Right? Honestly, then you better have a movie. You better have a story. You better go crazy. You better jump off of You better go stupid, honestly. Now my mind has changed.
I spent $90 on Hennessy shots?
You better go dumb.
Yeah, there's a Hennessy tax in Richmond.
Really?
No, but that's what all the bars do. Hennessy East Coast, not in every bar. Hennessy West Coast, in every bar, and like $4 a shot. It's just different coasts, different tastes.
Wow. Yeah. And then also you go overseas, that shit's even.
It's less. Even like it's for some reason on the East Coast, it seemed as like a nicer, like higher quality thing or whatever. And unless you're getting like the higher VSOP or anything like that, the Remy Martin or anything like that, that shit is $5 a bottle at some places.
I blame you, New York niggas. It's only one.
Honestly, yeah, that's pretty fair.
And I love you guys. I love it, but I blame y'all. I blame
You
y'all.
can go and get an Incredible Hulk for $8. That's Hennessy and Hypnotic in Las Vegas. Or,
Hey man, sometimes right, but they just want to different conversation. Out, right? Yeah.
Shout out to all the people who know about Incredible Hulks and stuff.
Facts.
help me jump off a roof.
Shout out to Boondocks.
Right.
Is drunk an excuse, Al?
Nah, like my man Nick, not to, like bandwagon or nothing like that, but like, yeah, it's not a good excuse. Obviously, you can use any kind of excuse. It is not, it is not a good excuse. Yeah, people do have to be held accountable for what you do. I would like to say too, because I've never been blackout drunk to the point where I don't remember what I was doing, or like I might have been looser, but I was still in control of myself, so I could choose to do something. Nick, because I got a few stories about you too, so yeah, let's not.
I've been blacked out before.
Yeah, no, I've never been blackout. I'm not in control of myself.
I've been on the ground several times.
Yeah.
Was that passed out? Same thing.
Passed out on.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Put yourself to bed or you put to bed.
Yeah.
I've had to been carried out. Carrying the house.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not a smaller dude like me either, so it's like it's 2 or 3.
I had to
We're
hold this
getting carried.
motherfucker up.
We're getting carried.
While girls were walking by.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot where you left off, my guy.
So, my point was saying, like, okay, you can be like drunk or buzzed or whatnot and still have your will. Yeah. So, you can still like, unless you're too far gone.
Go a little longer on this. I do have to pee.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah.
Better be then.
So yeah, you can still have your will, as far as like that. That's why I kind of feel like it's not like an excuse, because like you're still in control. One could say, like, you're still making choices until a certain point. I'm assuming,
and then still in a social setting too.
Yeah.
You know where you were before you started drinking. Kind of like you said, you made a choice to start drinking that much or whatever. So I feel.
So Nick, you say you've been blackout drunk before, right?
Several times.
Okay, so like, and then to the point where like you don't remember what you did, but like this is gonna be kind of a weird question. I was gonna be like, so does that, like, when you were doing like stuff, you still like could control what you were like? It's not like, you know what I mean? Like you were still kind of in control, right?
So I remember we went to therapy for my birthday one year, and there was a point where I kind of I was like, okay, I don't remember. I just don't. Like, this is the last thing I remember.
Right.
So.
Then I don't know. I feel like then that was just when you were passed out, low key. And that's why we were joking, but like the passed out versus blackout, because I feel like at that if we were there that night, right?
No, y'all were.
Then I would assume that you just.
Or throwing up. No, because you can forget shit. Like, you could just be there, and then, like, what alcohol does.
Drew, I remember Drew was there, too.
Shit, boring conversation. I'm not remembering after a few drinks.
That's a good point. So I guess what Alex is trying to say is action-wise, like a physical action. I can't see.
You make the choice still. You still can make that even if you don't remember it and stuff like that. So you're still in control. Yeah. So, like, even if, Because, like, okay, let's say, like, boring conversation. Let's use an example. Like, you're super drunk. Like, you could just still be like, okay, this shit is boring or whatever. Fuck this. Like, I'm about to get lit. But, like, you made the choice to be like, this conversation is boring. I'm going to get up and find another drink or do something else.
And then to be honest with you, and then let's just say we're trying to play that whole I was blacked out gang. And like we kind of said it before, witnesses, people can tell you what you did. And then what you did is what you did. So, like, even if you really, I didn't remember, like, okay, we have people that said you did. Whatever. So, like, that would eliminate that. You were functional at this point.
Right,
That's exactly what they were saying.
It is crazy.
You were
video.
functional here. Or, I mean, because it's not, well, honestly, it's 2024. It's always a video. But let's just say, it's not 2024.
But the phone's away.
But that's like telling people not to breathe. So, like, I understand.
Not a single one of you is going to be able to run for president if you don't put the phones away.
Good point. Well, I'm just expressing myself, and that's who I am as a trooper. Another conversation. I agree pretty much with the house. Yeah, it's not an excuse.
Drink some water in between drinks.
Facts. Alex taught me that, and my cousin has taught me that. Yeah, chase it with the water.
And I was wilding one time.
Can't really go wrong, honestly. Because I used to think that too. I used to be like, man, because especially when I was in college for that 1 year. But I used to, my friend, ironically, his name was Brett. And we used to go out. I used to be like, yeah, man, make sure you drink your water. I was like, no, man, I don't want water. Water's a punks, man. No, give me a shot. Give me a beer. Because I'm like, I don't want that to diminish my drunkenness. No, it's not gonna eliminate your buzz. It's to help your ass out later, so you're not passed out. That I had to learn that the hard way.
Not to mention the next morning.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I want to stay drunk. I want to stay feeling good. No, why would I want to do anything to eliminate what I'm doing? I just paid for this drink. Why would I eliminate that? No, you idiot. It's later on when it's over, when you're not feeling good. So long story short. But you do, and I've learned this the hard way, you gotta own up to whatever you do under the influence, especially if, even if you're around friends, loved ones, or just anybody that's there. And
they have someone that probably is gonna look out for you, they knows you, because because sometimes
just be responsible enough to be able to drink on your own.
To be honest, man. I mean, we're all over the age of 25 at this point in game. Yeah, you just know what time it is. It's not too many. Unless you plan to do that. So, at this point in the game, you didn't have too many stories, too many.
I had no clue what I was doing.
You threw up in my tub too. I ain't gonna lie.
He did do that.
You threw up. I'm sorry.
In the tub?
Yeah.
That's right next to the toilet.
Yeah, Nick, I'm sorry. Nick, I'm owning up to what I did.
There we go.
Nick, I apologize.
Nah, that shit pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie.
I know.
Yeah, it was one of those. Hey, I'm going to the bathroom for a few. You guys give me a minute.
And then my thing is,
that's even worse.
What's he doing in the bathroom?
You could have been like, I'm going to be sick, and then walked in and no one about
See, it's crazy the stuff that I do explain, and then the stuff that I don't explain.
I'm seeing colors, but you can't say when I gotta go. Right. When I gotta up.
But see, I actually remember, I remember us walking in. I remember oh shit, I'm about to throw up. Getting in the bathroom. I might have said I'm going to the bathroom. And I remember just being fucking up, about to throw up. And then I just remember seeing the tub and then So my bad. Because I did not think about throwing up in the toilet. I was just the tub's bigger. I was just fuck it. And I was and then he can rinse it out, I might not have thought about
this. Isn't the water cup you leave on the bathtub.
That is hilarious.
And it's worse because I was kind of tired, so I was ready to go to sleep, and you was taking your.
You could have left it.
Y'all.
I'm talking shit. Shit. Nah, not for real.
Nah. Yeah.
But my bad.
And once again, that goes to show that, you learn the hard way. At this point, I mean. Yeah, unless it's an event. Let's just say you're getting married or some shit like that. But even then, you would have people around. Yada, yada, yada.
Get them out of here. Yeah.
Facts. And honestly, that's okay. Sometimes you gotta learn. And everybody out there, and I'm sure you would know better than us, Brett. It's okay. Get him out of here. No. Get out. It's okay, bro.
If you are getting kicked out of a bar,
get out, bro.
Just walk out calmly.
Just get out.
You're not going to be banned. Yes. You're not going to be told you can't come back.
You're not a pussy.
You're not in trouble.
Yeah, you're not a bitch. You're not the girls. I don't know. But just whatever, man. Just go, bro.
Be
Trust
the
me, you don't want to deal with the security guards that are getting paid $10 an hour to be there all night either.
Right.
Don't be the reason they were happy to come into work.
Yeah, and we're gonna leave that one at that. Yeah. And if y'all heard the man, because
I've seen a couple security guards get some people.
They got happy they came into work.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all want me to do my job? Okay, man. Yeah.
Finally.
You do not want to. Because they all. Yeah.
Especially down there near
they grow big in the South. I don't know if y'all have noticed, and they are very large down here for security guards.
That's facts. That is facts.
Yep.
Well, a quarter of them play college football and stuff like in the area. Like a lot of them are college football players down here.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
For Shiplock, my security team, I literally, one of them came in, like their rep came in or whatever, and I asked him where they were all from, and he's like, well, I'm a coach at UVA Wise, and they all play for UVA Wise, and I was like, oh, that sounds like a good group of guys. Let's get them in here to be security.
Right, yeah.
All right.
You paid?
For sure, man. I guess we can do announcements and get up out of here. Brett, I guess we'll start with you. Any shouts, any announcements, anything you want to say to people before we get up out of here?
Hey, man, just shout out to y'all.
Thank you, man.
Y'all are working hard. Y'all are doing y'all's thing. I know we got the director, actor, and actor?
Producer?
Producer?
Producer,
You're going to be making the big bucks then.
podcast.
There you go. There you
I may dabble in a little bit of directing myself every now and then.
Okay.
Nick is the one that's going to funnel the $30 million budget.
yeah.
Right, yeah, our guy, Nick. Yeah.
Man, but I guess my announcement is
Support local.
help these guys out. These guys, I was watching some of y'all's stuff. Y'all were giving shout outs to a bunch of different artists and everything in the area and stuff like that. I ain't one of those, but I appreciate y'all having me on, and I think it's a great job, or y'all are doing a great job putting a little bit of spotlight on people and stuff like that. And so put a spotlight on them so they can show other people what's going on.
Let's go.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
I ain't got too much. Obviously, Brett, appreciate you, man. Thank you for letting us come through here. I'm sure Alex will say a little bit more, but from our relationship, don't mean my relationship through Alex, through you. Thank you for letting us. You've let us shoot scenes here. You guys, honestly, if you're a fan of the YouTube page, you've seen. And it's funny when we came here to set up. Alex was like, "Yeah, we've been here a lot," and I was like, "Not really, Alex." No, we have. Like when you think about what the Coca thing, the cheaters thing, we've done so many things here. All the commotions we have here, so I really definitely really appreciate it from J1 Day One, obviously. So
I don't know. The cheaters thing was funny.
I was like, you got to really, go to your roots.
That shit was hilarious. Yeah, you kicked him out. You kicked him out. Right. So, hey, subscribe. Maybe that video is somewhere, over there. Right. So go click that, go get that, and nick that. I just wanted to rhyme. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I just I had to do something. Right.
It worked.
All right.
I didn't even get to get. Okay, good. I didn't even get to get my full arsenal today. To be honest, I tried to be right. I don't know why I tried to be so cool today. That's the one that got you, bro. Right.
The other ones are cool. That one was funny.
That's funny. Go ahead, Nick.
Just everything with the film is looking good.
Yes, sir.
And shout out Joel Embiid. Joel put up 50 today.
Wow, did they win?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Joel Embiid put up 50.
Damn.
On
We
one
still
leg.
trust in the process, or is the process going through now?
I would act a real Sixers fan. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm not gonna act like I'm that invested. Yeah, I'm not gonna act like I root for them. I care about Joy. That's nice, but I'm not gonna act like I care.
But other than that, yeah. Shout out the film. Shout out Moonlit Pantry. They did the cake for my sister's gender reveal.
Hey,
So
congrats.
yeah,
Boy,
your
girl.
boy will be an uncle.
Okay,
I will-
Uncle Nick.
I will be the worst influence ever.
Oh, and I hit the button too early. Okay.
Everyone needs a fun uncle they're only allowed to see twice a year.
I'm dead. Twice a year is crazy. Yeah.
Christmas and your birthday.
I thought Uncle Nick lived right now. No, we're not. Yeah.
All I'm gonna say to my nephew: see you at the NBA draft.
Type shit. For sure.
Get us out the hood.
Please. Yeah. If we're still in the hood, but Dad, Uncle Nick, right, yeah. Y'all had plenty of opportunity. Right. For sure. Al.
Jesse.
Isn't it over though, bro?
No, it's not over.
It's never over.
It's not over.
Shit.
It's still not over, man.
Damn. I thought it was over.
We already know what they're doing. They're laying in bed right now. The lights are off. Their covers are half off, Nick.
What are you doing, step-bro?
They've got their hand on their phone. And they've got their other hand. Where do they have their other hand, Nick? They've got one hand on their phone. The lights are out. and they've got one hand on their phone, and they've got their other hand.
I'm trying to switch tabs here.
And they've got their other hand. Where do they have? I'm sure you can guess where they have their other hand, Brett.
Do they have a flagpole?
They've got their hand on their W-2s, 1099Rs, 1099 NECs. They've got their stimulus letter from 2021, and I think they still got their stimulus letter from 2020, Jesse. So what do they need to do?
Once they get themselves together.
Right, yeah.
Once they
go ahead and cut the lights on so you can see your W-2s.
Deflag the.
Physical Fitness Tax and Financial Services. The number is 804-321-5766. That's 804-321-5766, y'all. My father's business, Derek L. Alfred. Been doing taxes over 30 years.
Shaky cam.
Retirement planning, annuities, and of course, business and personal taxes, y'all. So we got you, like I said, Physical Fitness. And Nick, you might catch your boy in there.
Fucking up taxes.
Doing taxes very professionally, in a professional manner. Yeah. So Brett, thanks for coming on. Appreciate
pleasure, guys. My pleasure.
J1 Day 1 stuff coming. Report card, subscribe, like Luke said. Nick, proud of you.
Hey y'all, it's balling season. We'll be outside.
Facts.
Shout out Brett for coming. Well, shout out us for coming to Brett.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for making the trip.
Okay.
Jesse.
Alex.
And we out.
Yeah. And we out to the out.
Okay. Yeah. So.